हिरण्यवर्णाय हिरण्यरूपाय हिरण्यपतये अम्बिकापतये उमापतये पशुपतये नमो नमः। ॐ नमो हिरण्यवाहवे हिरण्यवर्णाय हिरण्यरूपाय हिरण्यपतये अम्बिकापतये उमापतये पशुपतये नमो नमः। ॐ नमो हिरण्यवाहवे हिरण्यवर्णाय हिरण्यरूपाय हिरण्यपतये अम्बिकापतये उमापतये पशुपतये नमो नमः।
Right. Hello. Good evening, you guys. Hello. It is High Priestess Jamila. And so there's a lot of people that are speculating that, Eliana didn't really leave NatureBoy. And so that could very well be the case. But this is the perfect opportunity for me to talk about polygamy. And I think that in order for you to understand why polygamy is not for most women, I should have put most women. The reason why polygamy is not for most women is because when you have more than one woman, you have several different energies and spirits that you're possibly dealing with, especially if you are sensitive. Now, they were over there. I looked at some of the video where they were down on her and cursing her. If she actually did left, they spoke several curses over her, which is wrong, extremely wrong for you to do that, for you to say, oh, well, it's not going to work out. She's going to learn the hard way. That's you speaking a spell over her, which is very unfair. But we know that most men have a tendency to do that, especially when you leave with their child. You know, they want you to go through hell. They want you to go through fire. They want you to be down and out. They want you to be sad. They want you to be depressed. But in reality, sometimes your relationship is worse than what it would be if you were out on your own. And the problem is that NatureBoy feels the need to have several women. And that's understandable. But perhaps the universe is not working with him and Eliana that way. And it's unbalanced. There's imbalances. If it's one man and 5 or 6 women, or one man and 3 women, or one man and 2 women, it is still a spiritual and physical imbalance, right? Because, there are some men that, yeah, they can physically have sex with several women in one day. But what is he giving to all of those women spiritually? So as a woman, if you're sitting there and your man has several other women, that means that you have to be abandoned temporarily while he goes and gives his love and his comfort and his energy to another woman. And see, the problem is that a lot of us that were missing that male energy in our life, okay, if we were missing it during our childhood, or if we were missing it during our adulthood, you're gonna require more. So if you're a woman and you've got to share your man with several other women, there's going to be a problem. Because all of those women, their energies are going to go inside of you. Now, I already did a psychic reading on this situation, and a lot of those women that are there are just very, very toxic. They are. I can even tell by what they're saying about her. They are very toxic. And it doesn't help when he's involved with another toxic woman. See, men don't feel stuff the way we feel it. As a man, he's not going to feel the energy from these other women like Eliana would feel it. In fact, he's going to possibly thrive in that energy. He's going to thrive in that jealous, spiteful, because no matter what a person is saying, you can tell what they're thinking. And I believe that Eliana is empathic, and she may even be a little bit telepathic. So she can feel what she's feeling from those other women, and she's not happy with that situation. Most women are not going to be happy in that situation. I don't believe that polygamy is a way to solve the issue. Not right now, at least. Maybe when everybody goes through a deep healing cycle, and then maybe, okay, so she's not bipolar, she's not schizophrenic, she's not crazy. She just can pick up on those other women's vibes, and it runs her off. And I totally disagree with bashing her, making her feel bad about the situation. I think that this is a normal response from an abusive man. That's pretty much what they do. And we all know that he's been abusive to her in the past, and he's probably even more abusive to her with those other women around, because those other women are going to encourage the abuse because they feel bad about self. So a polygamous relationship might work, but if you have a bunch of women with low self-esteem that are jealous of this woman, first of all, you're making a huge mistake by putting one above the other. That's first of all. So the fact that he's running this situation like that to where he's putting her above everybody means that when those other women come into play, they're going to be saying one thing, but they're going to be thinking a whole other situation. And as a woman, you pick up on that stuff. And so I'm just saying that, he's blessed that that woman even stayed in that situation for the time frame that she did. Because as a man, he just wants to satisfy his own need. Okay. But as a woman having several other women and men, that's not a marriage or a relationship. That's like a boys' camp or something different. That's like a boys and girls camp or something. You see, she has a family. So they keep talking about family, but see, she has a family, right? Even though it's not a man, she still has a family. So she understands what that is. But the toxicity that those other women bring into that place, she can pick up on that. And that's so this is the reason why 1 minute she want to leave, 1 minute she want to stay, whether or not they're acting or not. This is going to be the response of a woman. You know what a woman needs when she has a baby? She needs time alone with the baby and the father. She does not need a whole bunch of women watching over her. And, obviously she can't really trust those people with that child. Because I saw the video with her rubbing his body down, and somebody was doing something to that baby in that back room. Babies don't cry like that when they get their diaper changed unless the wrong person is changing their diaper. Okay? But anyway, going back to what I was talking about, it's an imbalance. It's an imbalance mixed with impurities, mixed with toxic energies, toxic emotions. As a woman and a high priestess and an empath and a telepath, there would be no way that I could have a bunch of women surrounding me long term. There would be no way that I could do it. You know, other women can do it. And, you know, I have a Facebook friend that's constantly talking about polygamy. And I'm not into it because I already know, you know, you don't even have to be in the relationship. Hey, Daphne, you don't even have to be in the relationship to know that, to just feel that from these other women. Other women, if you're in a polygamous relationship and he's automatically putting her as his chiefess, then the other women are going to feel some type of way and they're going to direct that energy towards her. So there would be no way that I would be in a relationship with my husband or my man with several other witches hanging around every single day. Y'all might be able to come through for a ritual sometime. Maybe we might do a ritual here and there. But other than that, for the most part, I'm going to be the only woman in my kitchen. And that has nothing to do with the white man or what Babylon. That don't have nothing to do with Babylon. Because we all know that men in Babylon have several different women. They may not be living all under the same roof. But, you know, when I was involved with a man that had other women, I could feel that woman's energy and I didn't even have to talk to her. I could feel the energy on him. Even if he called me, I could feel her energy and I could smell her. And I ain't even, and you can, as a woman, I can smell another woman. I can smell her. So I think that what NatureBoy is going to have to do is he's going to have to make a choice. Either he's going to have to choose her or he's going to have to get other women, because those women are not, those women, they bullies. They got something up their sleeve. They up to no good. They are all in direct competition with Eliana. And that can be very hard. Why should you have to have that in your home? If you out there working or either out here doing what I'm doing, ain't no way in God's green earth I'm going to have a bunch of women in my house, because you can't really think or decompress. You can't really do it. You know, if women are beautiful. I love women. Do I want to live in a house with a woman every single day, another woman, 2 or 3, several women that are all having sex with my husband? No, I don't. And that, you know, it's not for most people. So making her feel bad, you know, I really honestly, it's the most disgusting thing when you watch it, you know, especially the live that they did where they were bashing her. They were speaking curses over her. That is not necessarily the way to do it, because she may even come back, but she's already thinking of her exit plan. Every man that forces a woman to conform to some stuff, she constantly has her exit plan in the back of her head. And I hope that she's okay, because we need to see her to know that she's okay. Because you could even tell, and I haven't really been paying much attention to them, but for some reason a couple of days ago I ran across a video and it was about them. And you could tell that she is kind of forcing that happiness. She's forcing it almost, because he's so wrapped up in himself. And the best way to do it when you're in a relationship with somebody, if you are in a relationship or a marriage with somebody, this is the way it works. They're wrapped up with you and you wrapped up with them. That's just all it is to it. He's wrapped up with himself. She's wrapped up with him, but he's wrapped up with himself and thinking about other women that he can be with. Spiritually, she may not be able to do that relationship spiritually, because it's too much. It's way too much. And I've been through it. I have. And I told y'all that those women have it out for her and they gang up on her a lot. And then he'll go along with it. He'll go along with them ganging up on her. Now, what I believe that she should do is go ahead and do some spiritual work. But I think that her leaving is a way of letting him know, look, I can't do this. I can't. I'm just, it just, and she's obviously very, very sensitive. And then they all had to chop their head off like slaves. Let me tell you something. Biblically, that was something that was not supposed to happen. That shows that there is a problem. So even though these people are supposed to be away from Babylon, hey, Kathy, Tracy, even though they're supposed to be away from Babylon, Babylon is right there. Babylon is in NatureBoy's drawers. And then also you can tell by her facial structure and her bone structure that that is a queen. Queens have to have it their way. Period. That's how queens are. That's the reason why they're a queen. Most queens have several spiritual gifts. So to be honest with you, back in the heyday, back in the day, back during her previous life, she probably had several husbands. It's different if it's a woman with several men tending to her versus a woman that has 3 or 4 other wives. She got to take care of them. And some of them, she got to take care of them in different ways. And that's too much on a woman. It is. And you can't put that off on us like that. So I believe that the reason why she keeps leaving is because she does not want to be in a polygamous relationship. She has told this man that several times. And if he truly does love her, he should be able to give his love to her. I'm going to tell you something. It is a normal thing for a woman to have an overabundance of food, love, and sex from her man. That is normal for her to be lavished with attention, gifts, love, sex. How are you going to get that when you're in a polygamous relationship? You can't get it because you got to share. And it's abnormal because he may be feeling some type of emotion that she needs to feel as a woman to be processed through her vagina, through his penis. But he done put that in another woman. And by the time he done came to her, because a lot of men, they'll go out, they'll cheat all day, and then they'll come home. And then at the end of the day, you have to process his emotions along with several other women's. And I'm sorry, as a woman, I'm just not having it. Most women are not having it. So what you have to do is you have to get, if you're a man that wants to be a polygamist, you have to get several women or how many women that are on the same wavelength. The frequencies are off and different. And he's got to understand that. As a man, you have to understand that. As a woman and as a high priestess, I can tell you that I need my man to rub my feet. I need him to learn reflexology. I need him to learn massage therapy. I need for him to make love to me all day long, all day long. And if he's having sex with another woman, how he gonna make love to you all day long? Especially if you out in the jungle and you don't have no job. That's really the only thing that you have left to do is to make love and maybe plant some trees and some flowers and then do some work around the house. But if it's several other women in the house, then you're going to end up out. And so a lot of people will say, well, if you had another woman in the house, then she could help you and do all that. That's not, first of all, women don't need help. They just need their man to be there for them. I don't need no help. You help. You're the helpmeet. You are the helpmate. So it's imbalanced, nature boy. It's imbalanced. No woman is going to be balanced in that way. She's not. She's not. It's going to create imbalances because it's too much feminine energy that has to be processed, and it's too much burden. It's way too much burden on her. And when she leaves, they flip out and they act like they can't live without her. Then women can't live without her either. Because I told y'all that when a man cheats on you with another woman, she is not cheating because she wants that man. That woman is sleeping with your man because she wants your energy. How many times I got to tell y'all that? So if you a woman that got all that energy, because she does, I mean, hell, I was kind of looking at her, I was like, damn, how's she gonna look all that? She looked very beautiful, even with her hair shaved off. So beauty is not just about somebody being pretty. Beauty is very deep. So it is because of her beauty why these other women don't jive with her, because all they're feeling is envy. That's all they're feeling is envy for her, because she had his baby. And so one of them might end up pinching the baby and stuff. I think it's unnatural. I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I believe, looking at nature, that polygamy is unnatural. You do not see, even when you look at animals, you don't see a bunch of female animals hanging out together, hanging out around the children. You don't see that. You see the woman being with her children. Okay, you see the animal with their children, and then they go, and the man might go all off, and he may go and cheat out in the jungle, and he may bring all that home, which can create a problem within itself. But we're talking about animals. Humans are a lot different from animals. What's up, Lady Martinez? How you doing? Okay. So that's really the only thing that is playing the blame game. You know, she may come back temporarily, because sometimes a man can reach our lower chakra when he's being in his lower chakra, and it might turn her on to have a man say, no, you my woman, you come back here to me. But and she'll say, okay, baby, I'm coming back. But in the meantime, she's thinking about somebody else that she can be with, somebody that's going to give her all his time and attention. And that's just the reality of it. And see, men want to have these several different women that they can be with on several different days. But at the end of the day, that ain't for everybody. Because as a woman, I can even tell when and see, I use my spiritual gifts all the time. As a spiritualist, I can feel when my man done talked to another woman. I can hear what she done said to him about me. I can hear what he's thinking about me towards her. And especially if they make an eye contact, I can read all of that. I can read all of that. And it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And most women would rather be alone than to be that way, because when you're dealing with that, you're dealing with and you're processing so many other emotions and energies. And then your man, he can't give you all of his essence because he's giving it to another woman. Child, it just ain't right. That woman, Eliana, is not the type of woman to be in a polygamous relationship. She's the type of woman that's going to be with a man that's going to serve her and lay down. And she look, as a woman, I will rub my man all the way down everywhere, rub and lick him down, but he got to do the same thing for me. I rub you, you rub me. Hell, I'm tired. I've been out here working, or either I've been walking around all day and I need my feet to be rubbed. I need my body to be consoled. But instead, he's running off to somebody else. By the time he get back home, he tired. You know, he may be tired and stuff. So a lot of people that look at polygamy, you need to actually understand what is happening spiritually when it comes to polygamy. It's a reason why they stopped practicing it as well. It's a reason why women, who do you think invented balanced relationships? Women invented that. Because yeah, they may have had another woman around that could even nurse their babies for them. They had women that could nurse the babies. They had women that could clean up the house. They had women that, yeah, but see, that's still, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing, because the more people that you have, the more dust that's going to accumulate, the more trash is going to accumulate. So to be honest with you, polygamy is not necessarily the answer. And even though everybody may be doing things physically, spiritually, she has to do a lot. as the woman, and trust me, Nature Boy, you are enough to deal with without all them other added women. So all of those women do represent a reflection of him. Yes, they do. All of those other women, they represent baggage. They represent his baggage. Hello? That's what they represent. So, you know, for me, I'll tell a man, you know, I'll be like, you've been cheating on me. I can tell. I don't want you to touch me. Get away from me. I can't do it because I can feel her energy, and she's sad, and she got low self-esteem, and she's sad. So those other women, it was very interesting that they said they claimed that Eliana had low self-esteem. No, it's those other women that have low self-esteem because they're instantly being put in a lower position to her, period, which is going to create self-esteem issues for them. They're going to instantly, when a woman knows that a man feels more for you than her, you can even lie. You can even say, I don't feel nothing for this person. You my most favorite. You my most beloved. I love you so much. You my heart. But at the end of the day, it's still too much for her to deal with. You know? He need to get rid of them women, and she'll come back probably. As soon as he get rid of them women, they got to go. And he gonna have to choose. And he better not be mean to her or whatever, because she would not be there if she didn't love him on some level. She wouldn't have left that other man that she was with, Almac, if she didn't, you know, want him. It's obvious that she loves him. But at the end of the day, she don't love those other women, and she probably don't love those men that are there too. You know, this is more like a boys' home, like a co-ed boys and girls home. That's not where a queen wants to be. She wants to be up in her bed some of the day, part of the day, getting her rest with her baby. That woman ain't had no rest since that baby was born because she's so busy having a baby, other people. And then also that baby is so beautiful and melanated perfectly. They feed off of that baby too. They feeding off of that baby too. And he don't see it because he's so blinded by his need to be a polygamist, which is part of the reason why it's a part of his platform. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, whenever the polygamy aspect of it goes away, the money went away. Okay, now see, I told y'all ladies, y'all got to do magic. You got to do magic. Baby, I did a black and purple candle. It worked. That candle, I used it for myself. You got to do work. And see, Eliana is a natural born witch. You heard me? She's a natural born witch. And, you know, so what she needs to do is really do work to get rid of all those people because there's too many people there. But a lot of men like that, a lot of the men that donate, you know, they like to see him with other women. Because, but y'all not understanding that that's not what's good for that woman and that baby. That's why that baby is always crying. That's why that baby don't feel right. Because the baby can't even get the full attention that it needs from its mother. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I do. Why are you showing me on the camera?
They're not looking.
Oh.
But you like these?
Yeah.
Okay. What color, or not color, because this only color. They're only $11.
Mm-hmm.
What size are you?
9.5, 10.
9 or 10. There's 9.5.
My feet grew a little bit after I had that last baby, so get a 10.
Get a 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so and all of this comes up to about 50. Okay.
That's cool. Do you got the card is upstairs, baby?
All right, thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. We're getting ready for Easter, y'all.
Do you want anything else? Do you want anything, or because you only got the Whopper and the shoe? Whopper. Wow.
Romper with the R.
Romper?
Yeah.
Is that all you wanted?
If you. So anyway, guys, sorry about that. We're getting ready for Easter and stuff, you know. Like I was saying, it just ain't an ideal situation. It's not. And men can get mad at that and say, no, no, baby. You got to understand the way women work and the way energy works. especially when we hit the year 2012. Something happened in the year 2012. And so everybody is kind of like, I can hear people that's driving. Look, I can feel people that's driving down the street if they in a bad mood. So, and so let alone dealing with several other women in the same house, and then they talking crazy about her. If I was her, I'd call NatureBoy and say, get rid of every last one of them, or I ain't never coming back. Ever. Especially that one little light-skinned one, which don't compare to Eliana. She wants to be her, and she's not. She's very, very jealous of her. Very, very jealous of that woman, okay? And jealousy is horrible. It's a soul-crushing emotion. Hold on, y'all. Hello? Doing a live. Okay, y'all, I'm back. You said she's 50, weight 51, 50. That would drive me crazy, Lady Martinez. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You know, men will put us in these situations to drive us crazy, and we won't even understand it. But as another woman, I understand exactly what she's going through. And it's not that she has, it don't have nothing to do with no insecurity. Those other women are very insecure. Because it's a reason why he made Eliana. Eliana is the prettiest one there. Let me tell you what insecurity feels like. It makes your stomach hurt. It makes it hard to breathe. It's a very, very bad emotion to be insecure. I mean, that will break you down. So I don't think that it's necessarily her being insecure. No, she's not insecure. If she was insecure, she wouldn't have allowed him to film her rubbing his feet. So she's obviously not insecure. Only a secure woman can show a man or her man that kind of love publicly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Lady Martinez, he gonna choose one of them. He not gonna choose all of those women. If he's in prison and they all holding him down, he ain't gonna choose all of them. You know what I'm saying? He's not. He's gonna pick one. So he's not in a polygamous relationship. You are not in a polygamous relationship if you are putting one of the women above the other. You're not. You're supposed to treat them all the same. So that's the first mistake that he's making. And whether or not they can say, oh, well, there's aspects of her chart, whatever, that is her. She can't change those aspects of her chart. What she got to do is either get a situation that's going to work for her, or she going to have to find another situation. So it's just the reality of it. You can't get past it. All right, y'all, I'm back. So it's just the reality. And I'm going to tell you an even more realer reality that a lot of you are not seeing. If somebody is a queen or an empress, a lot of times those women will have more than one man, not the other way around. Y'all trying to go against nature. Okay, when it comes to that, I'm telling y'all the way that it is, because and I'm not saying that I would do that, have 2 or 3 husbands and all in the same house. And even though it's women that do it, it's women that done pulled that off. And all of those men serve her needs every single day. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Bag of goats smelling man. he's got to heal. And once he does heal, because right now he's got them demons in him, and he just got to, oh well, I got to have this woman, I got to have that woman. And it's just not an ideal situation. It really isn't. And I don't know why people started to become dumbfounded by polygamy in that way, when polygamy is not for most people. It's not. So you can't make the woman feel bad and say, oh, she just angry and she not playing her position, and she not. No, she is playing her position. And he needs to get rid of those other women. Those other women are very needy. They are. And the reality of it is that if he saw his stock plummet, it was because of the apparent abuse that was recorded by the other women who didn't move or anything. Let me tell you something. If I was one of those women, which I'll never be, but let's say in some far across universe that I would be, I would be in there saying, you're not gonna hit this woman. All those women sat there and did nothing. They did nothing. Okay? They did nothing. They stood around as if nothing was happening. So, and I'm gonna tell you something, when you are in a polygamous situation, those other women are gonna encourage abuse, so she could see the abuse coming. Okay? And trust me, it's gonna be hell. It's gonna be hell if she goes back there. Okay? So that's all I'm saying. That's all I know. And you're gonna have to accept it, or either move along and find somebody else. Eventually, she's going to leave permanently. I kind of believe that she might be back. I'm not sure. Yeah, she's a natural witch. And witches, witches are different than the average woman. They are. They're very, very different. Very, very different. And you can even see the difference and the change in him when those women were gone. Okay? Both of those women are very toxic, bottom line, and they know it. For them to even come back there shows that they don't have no they don't have no empathy. They don't have no respect, because she's already told them women, I don't want you sleeping with my man. Hello? She done told him. And he probably goes into the bedroom with him, and then she's out there having to listen with a screaming baby, while he's screaming from the bedroom, keep that baby quiet. I'm trying to get my rocks off in here with this other woman. That is very spiritually damaging to a woman. I know that like I said, even if a man is lying to me, I can feel the toxic energy coming from the other women. I can feel the fact that he's been discussing me with these other women. I can feel that, and it's gonna make you run away from the situation, and that's just the reality of it. So what does he want her to do? Not have any feelings? And I heard her say that she's got cancer in her chart. And baby, let me tell you something. Cancers have got to be the only one. We don't do well in those types of relationships. We don't. Okay. I'm only 5'4", but my shoe size is a 9.5 or a 10. So yeah. So, you know, that's just the reality of it. And what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to reevaluate, why do I want to be a polygamist in the first place? Why do I want to do that? He's going to have to look at the physical reasons, the mental reasons, the psychological reasons, the spiritual reasons. He's going to have to look at the spiritual reasons first, but he's going to have to address the physical reasons as to why he gets so bored with just one woman. And see, that will let you know that there's no connection, because I'm telling you, people that are in love, they just want to make love to each other. They can't stand to be away from each other. They just want to see each other, smell each other. It don't matter if somebody stinks. They just want to be next to that person. That's just all it is to it. Because I done seen it. I've been that way. It was only temporarily, to the point where, I am that type of person. I'm a one-man woman. So, when I get with a man, it's me and him, and that's just it. Any other woman outside of that is just going to bring problems with her energy. As soon as she walks in the door, it's like, oh, where my bag at, baby? I got to go. I got to leave this place, because I do not want this. And she may be one of those special people, which I already know, not she may be, she is that type of person. And so if he loves her, he's going to have to because he's not in love with her. He's in love with himself. That's the bottom line. He's not in love with her. He is in love with himself, and his selfish needs is what that is. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and come in judgment against NatureBoy. I'm not. I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. Okay, I'll judge you in the spirit realm. That's where I judge folks. As far as what you're doing, and we were watching some zombie movies. I'm about to get up here and take a shower and continue to watch my zombie flick that I was watching. But it's almost like that, because, one of them just looks like a zombie to me. One of those other women, she just looks like a zombie to me. And a lot of people are zombies, because zombie, AKA demonic possession. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're going to do that, you need to go all off somewhere and go on a vacation somewhere, and then you go and cheat. But, for me, I would still feel it. Especially if that woman is having sex with your man. And that's where the sex magic comes in, because that woman's intent is to make you jealous, is to take that man's affections from you. So her intent is not to love you and all of that stuff. That other woman's intent is going to be to destroy you. And sex can open up that gateway. So it's very dangerous sometimes for a lot of us women to be involved in stuff like that. And I've seen women go through great depressions because of that. Depression, anxiety, you just all kind of mental illness. So he's making her mentally ill. And it's not that she's mentally ill. She's just responding to her spirit nature. That's her nature. Now, why is it that he can understand his own nature, which is not really his nature? Because he looked very upset about that woman leaving. And what he gonna have to do is he gonna have to get rid of them other women. That's just all it is to it. He's gonna have to accept that if he loves that woman, he wants to be with that woman. He got a daughter with that woman, which is her and him together. He's gonna have to get it together. Okay. And I gotta go, you guys. I'll see you guys later. Love, light, and blessings. Namaste.